Greetings, YouTube. If you missed my video earlier today, I talked about how while this is the greatest run of Battlegrounds wins I've ever had on my account, it is conversely the worst run of losses that several people have had on their account. And I know this because they've reached out to me on Twitter, they've reached out to me on email, on the Line app, in Instagram, Facebook direct messages, via Evizone, which is always shout out to our channel sponsor that has made it so much easier for me to download your submissions, especially the huge files that some of you submit, and commentate them for the channel. And thank you for those of you who still reach out to me and want me to react to your crystal openings. It's not only like seriously some of the most fun that I have every week, but it also makes me feel like I'm still needed in a weird way. Even if the video makes like 8 cents, you know? Even if it's got 35 views and 8 cents, it still makes sense. My first YouTube short, I got the numbers back, and I think it made 6 cents. And I thought, cheers! A nickel is still a nickel. So, with that being said, I'm going to be very upfront. My Battlegrounds deck is filled with rank 5 6 stars, rank 4 6 stars, and rank 1 and rank 2 7 stars. And I do think that the future of the game continues to point in the direction of all of the people who are taking their 7 stars up to rank 2. And my man Kickrocks is in the double digits now of players that have taken multiple 7 stars to rank 2. I think he's like at 12. And the last one he took up was somebody that he's kind of motivated me to one day take up, and that's Titania, because she is just so good at being a pesky counter to, speaking of pesky, those pesky mystic defenders like Mangog and Sasquatch and Doctor Doom and you name it, all the ones we love to hate. Well, with that being said, America Chavez, one of them too, I have seen people that have sent me videos where, and this is not the main purpose of this video topic, where they're still getting some clutch wins with their ascended rank 5 stars. Now, yes, you can take somebody like Hercules up, but I think a lot of people, I'm not going to say most people, but a lot of people have either ascended 6-star Hercules or at least a 6-star Hercules in general. And so once you get a 6-star Hercules, you're probably not going to use your 5-star. But some people were so brilliant that they thought ahead and they said, instead of ascending a champion that might be fun for the arena, but I'm not going to use in an actual battle, I'm going to ascend defenders. And so, yes, I've ascended Magic, and yes, some people have put her out. And ascended Magic still over 30,000 with the added, I call them steroid nodes that Kabam puts on champions. And so ascended 5-star Magic can still be a pest, because a lot of people don't have a way to counter her limbo outside of champs like Archangel and Blade. And if you ban Archangel, I don't remember last time I saw too many Blades in general on rosters. They might be a 5-star, but if you don't have the right counter, you're still going to lose. And that's my motivation for this video. Because unless you're going to use somebody on both offense and defense, and for me, that's mainly been just 3 people. You can see I have 3 ascended 7 stars. Domino, which, believe it or not, I use my SIG 200 rank 4 6-star Domino in Battlegrounds over my 7-star because of defense. Because she at SIG 200 is such a great defender. And then Bishop, he's on Battlegrounds defense, but I also use him on attack against, using that pesky word again, pesky defenders like Korg and Kingpin. And then we have Hulk, who I showed earlier in a video. I stun-locked Kingpin to win a really tough Battlegrounds matchup this week. But also, he's got such an incredible synergy with Hercules that I find myself in essentially a race against myself. And I know it sounds like a weird phrase, but I use him to not only get better at Hercules gameplay, but I also use him to stunlock so many tough opponents in incursions when Hercules has been knocked out. And when I completed the 25 zones, again, of Sector 6 and got all those great rewards last week in incursions, it was largely because after I used the pre-fights of Galen and Angela for Herc, I brought in Heimdall, but then I brought in Hulk. And I used to bring in Nick Fury, but Hulk can be such a valuable asset. And you combine him with Heimdall, and it's just a fun time. So I still have only taken 3 7-stars to rank 2, which, given my resources in my account, kind of controversial. But because of that, I have 6, 12, 18, 19, 20, 22 rank 5 6-stars, and almost every one of them, besides like Omega Red, because I do not use the full ouchies recoil mastery setup in Battlegrounds. And King Groot can sometimes be better in certain metas than others, and he's not the best this month, so I just don't use him. But he's also another defender that, like, let's say I've seen people throw their Cosmic Ghost Rider against him, and good luck with that, because he may not be the best defender in terms of taking away your health, although he shrugs things off pretty fast, especially if you try to parry him, but he's also going to be a tank, and tanks on defense can be extraordinary, especially when everything is so fast with time this month for the meta. So all in all, unless you have somebody you're going to use like a Bishop, or I know a lot of people who use Sunspot. I've seen people who use Gambit. Unless you've got a 7-star you're going to use every day, I still say concentrate on 2 rank 5 6-stars, particularly because you can also eventually ascend them, and it becomes rank 6 6-stars in a way. So I'm not saying you have to agree with this, and I'm not saying that the players at the top agree with it. But for my own personal enjoyment of the game, so many of these best 6-stars aren't going to come to 7-star pools anytime soon, if ever. And so if there's a champion I love, like Scorpion, or Hercules, of course, and even a champion like Falcon that several people have as a 7-star, but they don't have Awakened or they don't have a high sig, I'm going to take him up first. And I'm going to be thankful, because this guy, he's in a 7-star, but he melts so many pesky defenders now, from Titania to Overseer to Thing to Morbius, that I'm not in a hurry to get 7-star anyway. And that's just a really important thing. These are champions that have carried me through so much content in the last several years, and I like to reward them with rank ups. I think it's annoying to finally be in a position to max rank your 6-stars and suddenly you have to worry about 7-stars. It's why people quit when 7-stars were introduced. It's the same reason why people quit when 6-stars were introduced, because so many people hadn't had a chance to max rank their 5-stars, and suddenly they're worried about rank 2 6-stars. Kabam does that by design, and it works sometimes, but it also has a negative impact and a backlash as well. So there you go, YouTube. I say, unless there are a couple of small examples, take those 6-stars up first, worry about the 7-stars later. And I haven't regretted it. You've seen what I've done in Battlegrounds with that mindset, and even those ascended 5-stars, like Magic or Kindred, can still be incredible defenders.